If it's a first offense DUI, the maximum penalty is 6 months in jail. And that's 6 months. If that happened to you, the most that you would end up doing if you did jail time is 3 months. And that's because they do half time in California, in Marin County, and on DUI cases, misdemeanor DUI cases. If it's a second or third offense, the maximum penalty is up to a year in jail. And if it's a fourth offense or a felony DUI, you could go to state prison. And depending on the severity of that case, it could be a short period of time or a very long period of time in state prison. There are fines. You end up paying less than $2,000 typically on a first offense DUI. Multiple DUIs, the fines are much greater. Probation on a first offense DUI is typically 3 years of unsupervised probation. Unless there was some type of an accident, then there may be restitution, and the probation may be supervised for the purposes of determining and collecting any restitution owed to anyone who was considered a victim in the case. DUI school is anytime you're convicted of a DUI or do not win the DMV hearing. DUI school is required for the court. The length of it depends on the case. Typically, if you're at or above a 0.20 alcohol level, you're going to have to do a 9-month school instead of a 3-month school. Sometimes it's only a 12-hour school if we can win the DMV hearing and if we get a wet reckless in court. Those situations are more typical when the alcohol level is right at the limit, at the 0.08 limit, sometimes slightly above, depending on the strengths and weaknesses of the case. But worst case scenario on a first offense DUI, while it is, as I said before, the maximum penalty for that is 6 months in jail, typically you're not going to jail on a first offense DUI. We can keep people out of jail on those cases. I'm not allowed to promise or guarantee that, but I can tell you based on so many DUI cases that I've done in Marin County over the last 30 years, I can pretty much say I don't think you're going back to jail if you went there the day or night you were arrested if you get convicted of a DUI. Typically, it's if you have to do any time, it can be done with alternative services, trash pickup, or folding clothes, sorting clothes at Goodwill, that kind of thing, through the sheriff's work program, or in Marin County they call it the Adult Offender Work Program, or the AOWP.